What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Brzrkr issue number 12. This is the final issue of the Keanu Reeves comic. It has been a long time coming, but we are finally reaching the epic conclusion, with Caldwell's master plan being revealed, setting up one final showdown with B and Diana. At the end of all things, the immortal warrior finds himself faced with a challenge that even he might not be able to endure. If he is able to succeed, what will remain of him when there is no more battles left to fight? Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we jump into this one, we have Caldwell, who now has the powers of Brzrkr. Caldwell turned out to be the leader of a fanatical cult. He is one in a long line of cult leaders. We see Caldwell and his men, they are charging directly at B and Diana. And while Brzrkr is no longer immortal, he still stands to fight. He has 80,000 years of combat experience. Even if he is not immortal, he can still throw one hell of a punch. The guards grabbing hold of Diana. Brzrkr is able to get a gun and he starts just laying down the hate. We see that Diana has also been given the same gifts. With all hell breaking loose, Diana charges in. Her and Caldwell go toe to toe. But this fight was over before it even began. We see Diana rip off all the limbs of Caldwell as he sits there bleeding out on the ground. We have B and Diana who get picked up, and then they drop a freaking bomb on this location. With the bomb being dropped, B is asking Diana if she is okay, because right now she is throwing up out the side of a vehicle. She said that the last time she felt this way, she had been pregnant. In the aftermath of this explosion, one of the cult members went to find the body of Caldwell. The only thing that was there was a head. Taking this head, he takes off. What these people had truly wanted wasn't the immortal gene. They really wanted the source of all of his power. They wanted to talk to the intelligence that had sent him here. What B didn't know is that they had made contact. But when this happened, it also animated all of the misguided clone projects that they had had ongoing for years. And so they burned all of them alive. But word is that Frankenbee, a berserker that patched himself together with all the leftover body parts from the past missions, it formed into one, and then it just disappeared into the woods. As we are taken to a safe house somewhere in Virginia, doing scans on Brzrkr, we see that he is completely normal. He is 100% human. And we also get a confirmation that Diana is in fact pregnant. And at the rate that this baby is growing, it will be maybe a week or less before she gives birth. This is where Keanu has a private conversation, the robot telling him to kill Brzrkr and preserve the woman, leave no witnesses. And so with Keanu going into Brzrkr, they are all completely unaware that Diana and B still have a telepathic communication. So when Keanu comes in here to end Brzrkr's life, the two of them are in communication and Diana is making her way to them. Brzrkr is buying as much time as he can, with Keanu saying that it was an honor to serve with Brzrkr. He pulls up that pistol, he gets ready to take the shot, and all the lights go out. That's where Diana walks into the room, telling Keanu not to move, saying that she was able to turn off the lights by cutting the flow of the current, that she can do the same thing with his heart if he decides to do anything stupid. Keanu, not being a dumb man, says that he understands. And so B and Diana, they take off. The little robot saying that this is not yours. All of this belongs to us. The baby, the powers, all of it. With black lightning coming out of Diana's eyes, we see that robot explode. That is what takes us to Tuscany. It looks like there is some kind of operation that is going on here. And in the southwest, we have Bee and Diana who are meeting up with some old friends. They heard the news that Caldwell's head had been recovered. But it doesn't take long before the birth is about to happen. And when Diana does give birth, she gives birth to 2 children. She has twins. And these children, they grow fast, just like Brzrkr had done when he was a young boy. But he has seen that they don't Brzrkr, hoping that maybe these kids just could have a normal, regular, everyday life. But one night when they are sleeping in their beds, they are awoken to a buzzing sound, to lights in the sky, telling the children to get inside. Diana using her powers, Brzrkr loading up every weapon he has. They go to fight off this army. Men rappelling from the helicopters. Brzrkr is just laying down the hate. Diana taking out as many men as she can. Brzrkr gets shot in the hand. Taking a grenade and throwing it onto a helicopter, he is hit by the blast. This blast sends him flying back. That is where we have Reeves landing on another helicopter. He comes in saying to secure the children. And Bee and Diana, they know exactly what is about to happen. The blue in those kids' eyes, they go full Brzrkr. They start tearing apart these soldiers, ripping them limb from limb. When Bee shouts to stop, the children do. Keever being the only man left alive. Keever goes over to Bee and he thanks him, but he also tells Bee that he's not going to make it. Diana tells Reeves to start walking, and she kneels down by her beloved. This mortal man is going to meet his death. He is going to meet his maker. Thanking Diana as he slowly fades into nothingness. The children asking if he is gone, and he is. Brzrkr has finally died. They bury him and they bury the weapon that was able to take away these powers. They use it as a marker for his grave. Days later, these children, almost full adults at this point. Diana waking up from her sleep, the children say that it is time. It is time for them to start their new life. She's not really sure what they are talking about, but they say this, that they are going to go out and they are going to grow. They are going to go plant their seeds. In an abandoned church in Tuscany, we see that Caldwell is coming back to life, that he is still imbued with this power, and his body is slowly coming back together. We see the Frankenbee who is out here still in the world, trying to find his place, trying to find his home. And then we have the children. They have made their way into the city, they have made their way into a bar, each of them meeting a partner, and then they go off. What they are doing is trying to repopulate whatever it is their power is. They are trying to recreate it here. And as Diana stands on a cliffside, she calls out to her beloved. She calls out to Bee telepathically, asking if he can hear her. He says that he can, asking if he can make it back. He says that he can, that he will find a way. But we see that Brzrkr, he is somewhere very alien, saying that he can make it back, but it might take him a while. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. They definitely left room for more comic. Now, I haven't read anything that says that there's going to be a continuation, but we have to assume that this story isn't over. There are still left so many open stories that have yet to be closed out. We'll start off with Frankenbee, a Brzrkr that was put back together. The question I have, does it have the same consciousness, the same memories, and the same thoughts as Brzrkr? Or is this a completely separate entity with the same unique powers? And then you have Caldwell. Caldwell now given the power of immortality. We see that his body is coming together just like Brzrkr's had done time and time and time again. And Diana, miraculously getting pregnant just like Brzrkr's mother had 80,000 years ago inside that cave. Now, having children for Brzrkr was never something that was in the cards for him. But what this is really looking like is that there is an alien civilization that had sent Brzrkr 80,000 years ago. And while it doesn't go into detail exactly what is happening, I am theorizing that Brzrkr was sent first. He was sent to be the test subject, to see how this would work on this planet, to see if wherever he comes from, everybody else would be able to populate this place. Once they got to the point where Diana was able to more or less unlock everything about Brzrkr, she was also given the gift. More than that, she was also given two children. Two children by this alien race that are exactly like Brzrkr, except they are able to go out and have children. This looks like the beginning of an invasion. This looks like the beginning of the end for humankind. That this immortality that was only for Brzrkr, it is now branching out. It is growing. They are planting the seeds, and these are about to bloom. But the biggest reveal is Brzrkr still being alive. 80,000 years, his powers taken away, and him dying. He wakes up on an alien world with 3 suns, with creatures and vegetation that we know is not native to our planet. And so while this is the end of this 12-issue series, this is only the beginning of our story. This is only the beginning of Brzrkr. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with Brzrkr. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50. From loyalty badges to getting comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.